What's going on YouTube? It's SHAREfactory, fanboy guru, and I'm gonna come and drop you a little bit of fanboy knowledge via me, SHAREfactory. And if I come too loud through your headset, through your speakers, through your tablets, through your phones, I apologize. I'm a little bit excited right now because Sony has been delivering nothing but greatness to me. And let me show y'all how greatness, even though we still are awaiting greatness, let me explain and show y'all the track record of how Sony is building up to one of the greatest generations of PlayStation history, in my opinion. They're building, and it ain't gonna be better than PS2. They gonna have to bring me a little bit more better game selection. I ain't even gonna lie, but let me tell you how this is shaping up to be the best generation for PlayStation yet. All right, starting off in January, right? January 1st of this year, when Sony started to release the games. The first couple games they started off with The Order, then Bloodborne, then Tokiden. I'm missing another one that came in the first 3 months. But again, my point, since January, we have had nothing but exclusives that have launched on PlayStation and not coming to Xbox. Alright, I know there are some games indie wise indie wise and AAA wise that are also coming to PC, but we're not talking about that. We're just comparing PlayStation and Xbox. Okay? So since January, Sony has released game after game. Regardless of how you feel, we're just talking about quantity. Sony has released facts. A bigger quantity list of games so far since January of this generation, right? Or this year. And it is August 15th. I might have a few games off. I might be a few games off, so I'm going to overestimate. But from January to August 15th, there has been probably about 65 games to release that's not coming to Xbox, right? Now, I'm not trying to take nothing away from Xbox. Again, Microsoft did it. Phil Spencer did a great conference for Gamescom. We're all still saying that a lot of us agree with it. Okay? But let me tell you about the rest of this generation. We have gotten games after games after games this year. And then on top of these games, we got E3, where at E3, Sony played with the mind and the hearts of the gamers. Let me tell you something. Microsoft at Gamescom had this is how irrelevant the game is to me and a lot of people. Because not only is no one talking about it, I bet y'all don't even remember the name of it. Of the very first indie that Microsoft displayed right after Crackdown. I'm pretty sure it was right after Crackdown when they started their indie section. It was the very first indie they started talking about. That indie was a Kickstarter. Actually is a Kickstarter. And that Kickstarter is already $5 million strong, being supported. So it's not like Shenmue, because everyone gave Sony straight flack for putting Shenmue on a big stage like E3. And when it wasn't even funded, they had no money in the bank. They were just starting off Shenmue, but this ain't about that. I just wanted to point that out there. The hypocrisy, how it's so easy to be flip-flopping out here. Okay? Now, we've had E3. Great E3. Sony was not at Gamescom. They were not there to talk about anything, but they were there to put their games into the hands of the consumer. So the consumers got a lot of fresh hands-on PlayStation news. So that's probably like another million PlayStation 4 sold. Boom. Knock that out the gate. Alright? After that, let me get to my next point. What's next? Which I'm actually looking forward to because, Sony has hyped the shit out of this and a lot of people didn't know nothing about it. But Sony has hyped the shit out of it, so I hope they deliver. Paris Games Week is coming. It's after Gamescom, and the reason Sony put it off is because they said it was too close from E3, or the reason they missed Gamescom is because Gamescom and E3 are too close together. So Sony said, you know what, we're going to hype up this Paris Games Week. So I don't remember when the start date is for it, but when it's coming, it's coming. Okay, so Paris Games Week will be coming, and then that'll be, let's just say about 3 more days for Sony to talk about more games, okay? So we got more games coming from Paris Games Week. Then on top of that, Sony will then be at Tokyo Game Show So that's another press conference for Sony to have to talk about more games, and we know Tokyo Game Show is going to be majority of Japanese RPGs or Japanese style games. And then at the end of the year, to finish it off with a bang, you're telling me that Sony still, hopefully, only thing really at PSX, this is why I'm saying PSX lives. Because Sony asked us if we wanted, Sony asked their gaming community and their PlayStation fans if we wanted a PSX an annual PSX thing. They wanted to know if it would be annual. And you see what happened, they have delivered. You know, we're maybe not next year, and I hope next year they go to New York so it'll be a little closer to Florida and I can get there. But PSX is going down this year for sure, and I'm getting out the way. I'm pumped because this is what I want to see out of PSX. I want Sony to show me some Uncharted 4 gameplay, multiplayer. I want some New Horizon, and that's really it right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm so dummy pumped. PlayStation will be the best generation this year. This generation plays will be the best place to play this generation. I fucked that all up. But I'm excited from logging out. You guys have a good one. PlayStation. That's the only place to play this generation. Deuces.